business? Had you seen that your digital brand was going to get to the place where you were going to become the media house?
But that was always the plan. You have to grow the numbers. If you don't have an audience, what do you want an advertiser to buy? Advertisers buy audiences. They don't buy you. They buy audiences. So we had to build the audience.
Yep.
And the only way to build the audience is that we have to give them enough content. In fact, I hated the Google model of every Wednesday or every other Tuesday. No, we just started rolling this stuff out like, let's go. Yeah.
Come
we
with
were
the
putting
different
out
clothes.
three videos in a day. Yeah.
I want to talk about the power of even before I talk about the monetization of it, I want to talk about the power. Can you remember when we're shooting you at the apartment and you're like, and you're like, so Richard, what content are we talking about today? And we shoot that content, like, do you have anything else? And then I show you this booklet of the
SGR. I'd never seen anything so ugly, remember?
And remember what we said? You said venting, and I'm like, vent on camera.
Vent on camera, okay, yes.
So we press play. Explain
the
story.
My goodness. No, so Richie gives me this brochure, obviously printed by government, color is off, font size 2, Times Roman.
Yeah.
And it's just the most horrible thing I've ever seen. I mean, I'm like, this is how we're launching this? And like, I hope we're all launching the expressway better. And I just said, no, there's got to be a better way to do this. Too much money, too much pain. I mean, the trolling and vilifying Uhuru had gone through. He was SGR. Yeah, that's the technical name. MPESA is mobile money, but we gave it a name. And of course I vented, and it was very short, and we put it out. And I didn't know I was going to see him. I think I saw him.
You put it out in 2 hours after you shooting.
Yes, and I think I saw him like 2 days later or something, because I was officiating some stuff he was doing. I will miss part of Uhuru Kenyatta, not all of him. But I remember he walked in, he said, I've seen your video. I'm like, hey, could I ask ever so nicely that you subscribe if you haven't? And if you have, thank you so much. I don't even know how to say this. And this video is for the president. Sir, no. Imagine no. I need you to find the person who's done this and jail them. It's horrible. Can I just start with, this went through approval. Before it went to the printer, somebody said, Nejaga. Really? I mean, no. I went through all the pictures. I went to page 6. I saw that on the map. We have seemed to cut off things. No. I went through everything else. Pictures that look grainy. They've bled. I don't know what happened to color correction. It's non-existent. I went to page 19 and I thought maybe I was drunk in the morning because I'm seeing double. No. No. So let me tell you what is not okay. Your Excellency, do not let them launch this product as SGR. Standard Railway Gauge. It must have a name. And a name that we will talk about, that will be in the news, that will be something. Mobile money transfer in Kenya has a name. It's not called MMT. It's called MPESA. It's called PesaPay. It's called EasyPay. It has a name. We can't be stuck in the technology of the item. When you launch this thing to my mom and my grandmother and to me and my daughter, I expect a name. If they haven't come up with a name, jail them. Another thing. On the launch day, I hear everybody wants an invitation. Let me go on record as saying this. I don't want one. Don't invite me. But if at least 300 people at the launch event are not Kinadel, people who live their lives like this, no, it will fail. Because the best way to tell this story is through the eyes of the very generation that you're actually doing it for. Half the people talking, by the way, this is not their project. No, you heard me right. Shush. Keep quiet. But the beautiful thing about those people who will ensure that while you're launching, they will go live on Facebook, they'll do Insta stories, is that they are the biggest marketing machinery there is, okay? They need to constitute, of the 1,000 rumored people coming to the launch of the thing we will not call SGR on the day, the 300 of them need to be people who are like this half the time. It can't be me. I add no value, none whatsoever. Because people like me, we have mastered the art of going from our houses to the airport and to where we're going. But I remember he walked in, he said, I've seen your video. I'm like,
It was actually 24 hours later.
24 hours later. I think I saw him a day later.
Yeah.
And he was like, I've seen your video. And I agree. You know, and he was going to take a ride on his train, but he made sure it was called something. And it is still called something.
The Madaraka Express.
But I still find it very sad that we once again haven't told the full story of the SGR, what it means for us. Somebody told me the other day, oh, I think you can put your car on the SGR and you can fly down and meet it on the other side.
Whoa.
Who have they told? Why does this country act like, you know, there's Chinese walls everywhere? I know we got Chinese in town, but why? Why? The full potential of a lot of the stuff we have is not realized because we don't communicate it. I will say this, and I will finish on this unless you... I think because you're all about communication, and a lot of the people you talk about are communicators. Myself, Adele, even those who communicate through music. The people who've let Uhuru Kenyatta down profoundly is his communications team. They have told his story poorly. Poorly. His communications team has told his story poorly. And your job is not to... Don't suck up to him. If you do a great job of telling the story of what he has done, he will look good anyway. You know what I mean?
I do.
My deja vu, and I think you know I wrote a letter to Mwai Kibaki as just about this time when he was leaving office. And finally it was given to him by engineer Michael Kamau because nobody else would give it to him because the title of my letter said, "You're my rock star." And I'm still sitting here wondering whether I will write a letter to Uhuru. I think he's done a lot of good in a very difficult space. That man couldn't catch a break in his first term. First, he had to go to court.
By
the way, he was mushtakiwa for a while. And then,
his BFF.
Forget his BFF. The terrorism attacks almost finished him. He couldn't catch a break. It was Westgate, then it was, I mean, we were having random grenades in Eastlands. I mean, but once again, and actually, I don't know whether this story has been told. There's a reason why we haven't actually had an attack. And the fact that 14 Riverside was dealt with the way it did, that credit goes back to him.
Yep.
His story has been told badly, really badly. And I don't know whether you can undo that.
I love what you've just said. Just because you don't know about what didn't happen.
Yes.
Because it
doesn't mean it's not there.
There's a whole team that has prevented so many attacks from happening in this country.
From happening.
Because of an efficiency of a certain department.
There's an efficiency. I mean, I don't know who has applied for a passport. And I'm not saying the government is 100%.
Yeah.
But government is at least 85 to 90. I've applied for passports for my children myself. And we went out to Embu. Oh, by the way, it's a nice drive. And when you get there, there's you and Kido 10 Walalos. It's not like Nyayo House. Miss Fanny Nyayo House. We were there 20 minutes, I swear. And I took cut a line, most efficient young people you've ever met. But when it's done, immigration now works with Posta to send you a code, and Posta tells you, where would you like to pick it up?
And Posta works with MPESA.
Yes, I know, and now you go pick it up. You don't need to know somebody who knows somebody who has a tall uncle in your house. Poor storytelling, just really bad.
The reason I brought that up, the whole story, was not just it was more so about the power of digital. In 24 hours, a message was able to leave your mouth and reach the highest person in the land.
And I targeted him.
Yes.
I didn't speak to anybody else. I talked to him.
And hence the Madaraka Express, hence those kids getting onto that.
Yes, because I said, are you going to travel with your ministers?
Yeah, exactly. You know a whole bunch of people doing selfies and things. I remember
yes, and he did get that.
Yeah.
But it did wonders.
Your site crashed.
Site crashed
Now,
because of Caroline.
Caroline, at that moment of time, was our client. So we show her the vlog. Caroline is like, and now this time you see you're putting pieces together for me, so I'm understanding. Come you knew Caroline already from before.
Kiss.
She's like, don't worry, when I do the story, I'll get photos for Moav. Dude, we were refreshing your site, it's crashed.
That was the second time Caroline made my site crash. The first time was the Pope, when the Pope came to Kenya. Because I went, in fact, somewhere along the way, Caroline got wind of it. And I think that evening or the following morning, Caroline, because now I think the following day Pope was doing a mass at Kasarani.
Yes.
Meeting with the youth. So I was there when now I started getting SMSs, dude, your site is down.
What do you mean?
Site is down? Like, why? Kume now opening Twitter and Facebook, Caroline said, my friend Mwangi Kirupi, the Pope, photos, link here. I even sent her WhatsApp, but I said...
She calls it the Caroline effect.
Yeah. I told her, man, thank you for crashing my site. So as the first time it crashed. So what actually happens is that Bluehost, who the guys I host with, when they suspect, they have enough bandwidth to handle, but when they see a lot of traffic to one site, one link specifically, all of a sudden, within the spike, they just...
Second person, that gave me the confidence to say, listen, Caroline is not just influential within the digital space. Solomon, listen, rather than you spend millions and millions and millions of shillings flying to the diaspora and going to sell, how about you sit down with somebody who has authentically bought land from you and have a conversation?
That's true.
Have a conversation. And in fact, I didn't even do it with Solomon. I had a conversation with you first. And you did a video.
Yeah.
And Solomon has allowed me to ask this question. You did a video saying people you like to do
I like
business
to do business with, yes. And I said Solomon Wangwe.
because you had authentically purchased
and actually, remember, he did that deal with my mother. Yes. But I was like, I like to do business with people like that.
Just to talk about the power of digital with the right brand, that has done over 23 million shillings.
Yes, I know. Solomon used to text me and say, thanks a million. Actually, since that video, we've made 23 million. So thanks 23 million times. and he tells me over the years, it's probably been a lot more.
So my question then becomes, was that now a complete shift for you to know, I'm ready for the monetization? My brand has, my digital platform has gotten to the place where at the end of the day, you move numbers.
No, it gave me the capacity to tell that story. Because I was already monetizing. I mean, please remember, one of my first videos, and I think you shot it for me, is that I had to file my carrier taxes on iTax.
Oh, yes.
And Joanna was still there. And apparently, I remember Ogilvy said, and then do a video about it. I was like, They said, yeah.
Yep.
And then after that, we did the 10.
Yes, we did the 10.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, we did the 10.
Yes.
So I was...
And that was monetized.
And that was monetized,
yeah.
yes. But even the first one was. So I was making money.
Ooh.
What I did not get from a lot of people back is what impact I'd had. Actually, Carey, to be fair to them, had also come back when we did that series.
Yes.
And they were like, this was what we wanted to have filed by the time we started our normal campaign, and this is the target we've hit, let's go.
It was the first time, because we did the digital of the filing tax.
Yes.
It was the first time in 5 years that Carey had not extended tax.
But the deadline, they were like, no. Yeah, they were like, I remember I laughed. I saw their tweet like a panna.
So what does that do for you? What does that make you know?
No, let me tell you what it does for me. I'm so happy. Because, I don't think marketing budgets come easy. And when you choose to take your money and put it on a person, not an institution, there's no I've got a person who handles NHIF and NSSF over there. And no, you've taken what you have and you said, you will move it for us. And then I do. And then I do a happy dance in my room. I do.
Yeah.
I mean, you've just brought this up, and I remember, doing this video for this fantastic, beautiful development on Riverside Drive called Rumaisa. And meeting the client like 2 years later. They've paid you, I don't know, buy it, Kosawa, love the video, they're using it. And they're like, man, hey, Bana, you did well for us. And then you meet somebody who has bought a house there and say, hey, we were in Hong Kong when we bought that house.
Nice.
Do you know how that feels? And that's why I was saying to you, digital made me global.
Yes.
I mean, I've got people sitting in Rumaisa on Riverside Drive who bought their home when they were in Hong Kong.
Same thing with River's Edge.
Same thing with River's Edge.
Yeah. And even to localize it, can you remember when you said Kenyan products that I like? And
Yes.
that guy called you and told you, listen, Caroline, you need to bring down that video because I can't handle the audience.
I can't handle the audience, so I had to bring down.
Yeah.
I had to bring down. Those things make me happy. It tells me there's value in what I do, and there is action. Because I'm very big that I don't care about numbers. Numbers are also vanity matrix. I don't care if 2 million people see a video and nobody buys. It's useless. If 25 people see a video and 25 people buy,
Powerful.
that is success. So I also understand there's a lot of people in the influencer marketing space who are like, I got 2 million people, I got why do they give Caroline work? No. What's the quality of your audience?
Not just quantity.
Yes, what's the quality of your audience? My audience buy expensive kitchens from Kitchens and Beyond. What's the quality of your audience?
Yeah.
And what is it also you feed that audience? Because the AI doesn't play.
Yep.
The AI doesn't play. Yeah.
There's some specific things that I'm not going to ask you about because I think it's none of our business. Your child, your children being any of one of those, that's none of anybody's business. I was here to hear the story of the industry. I asked you, you promised me an hour.
I've given you more.
You've given me so much more. This story is nowhere near complete. However, I think it's right for me to just honor your time.
And I also think, and I'm also very, very honest about this, kwere kuonana is important. We must always leave something for later.
Yep.
We must leave something for later.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think what I want to do, and myself and Derek, is just thoroughly appreciate you and let you know from the bottom of our hearts, like you have been an amazing shaper for us.
Thank you.
There's a lot of you've given us the opportunity. Even you coming again to sit here is I'm very cognizant of what it's going to do for the CTA platform in terms of allowing certain conversations and opening the door for certain, because Caroline has come here, other people are going to come here. That's you constantly doing this in my life. So I want to say thank you. And one of the ways that I want to say thank you is I want to give you a staycation.
Okay.
In one of the amazing suits that are here.
I hope it's like this one.
It is exactly.
I just saw the bathtub and I was like, I like.
It is exactly like this one, either on the 4th floor, the 5th floor, or the 3rd floor. It'll be up to you to choose.
The answer is yes.
And not only that, we're going to give it to you on a Saturday. And there's a reason why I want to give it to you on a Saturday.
All right.
Because on the Sunday, there's something called the brunch, the Sunday brunch.
Which they do?
Which they do right here. So on top of you having your restful time, you can also on Sunday wake up and go and enjoy the brunch.
My brunch.
Your brunch, and I know just you, brings you people.
I'm going to bring my people. Yes.
Listen, you don't eat that kind of food alone.
No.
There's sushi.
No.
There's chicken.
Really?
It's selection. There's over, is it 6-7 stations? There's a kids place. There's kids menu. There's a kids play place.
Oh gosh.
Like
I like it.
This is my small way of saying.
Yes and yes. Thank you.
Thank you. And Kwaheria.
Kuonana.
Kuonana.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.